Yo, yo. What's up, everybody? FCW in the house. Got a special guest today. We're finna go on and get started. Shout out to Spadenomics Comics. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Spadenomics Comics today. OG in the house. Everybody good, everybody living, everybody moving. Shout out to Spadenomics Comics. You know what I'm saying? When they be with us today, he had some personal stuff he had to handle, and he got the wrestling show, his own wrestling match coming up this weekend. So wish the Spadenomics Comics much success and bring home a W. Let's bring home a win. You know what I'm saying? OG, man, say what up, man. Let everybody know what's up with the OG.
What's up, everybody? Everybody that's in here right now. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry we're a little bit late, but we're here now. That's what matters.
Man.
And we're gonna discuss a lot of cool things today, as always. And it's a pleasure for me to be here. You know, I think it's awesome to do this and stuff when I'm asked to do it.
Yo, man. ASAP, what up, ASAP? I see you in the comments. I just looked over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm still getting it together myself. But yo, we are here today. Fullblast Comics Radio. Shout out to Fullblast Radio, which is the platform, which is the station on streaming on all medias. Y'all please check that out. New music, got new music out now. You know what I mean? With Samsung. So y'all check that out. Please support Fullblast Radio. Come join, subscribe. Wherever he at, wherever media you find it, go check it out. Sub up. You won't be disappointed, I promise. You know what I'm saying? But this is the comics and wrestling portion of it. I mean, I am always Kush24. Much love to everybody. And OG, man, thank you for joining and assist. You know what I'm saying? You always help. You always is the brother. Shout out to the comic dudes too, man. You know what I'm saying? Carlos, see y'all from PR. You know what I'm saying? I wish you well over there in Puerto Rico, man. I know the storms and stuff over there is heavy, so I wish you and all your folks wellness, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to 6Ls, you know what I mean? 6L doing his thing over there on his channel, so shout out to them. Well, he always talking about something, you know. I like jabbing on him. That's my boy. You know what I mean? So, and the Spadenomics getting his elbows off the top rope on this weekend. New South Wrestling. Shout out to y'all as well. You know what I'm saying? They definitely is a great independent wrestling company to check out and, you know, storyline as well. And with saying that, let's go and jump into it. Into the wrestling portion of it, you know what I mean? In these days, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got your times where it was all about the wrestling. And then it seemed like once the cameras and lights and the actions and the commercials start hitting, now we call it entertainment. So, you know what I mean? Coming from you, OG, which I know you know the history as well as you know the present and you know a lot of the future.
Well, I mean,
go ahead.
To me, bro, like, because recently as well, I had read that in WWE that Triple H wanted to focus more on storyline going forward with the company. Okay, so I just wanted to get that out of the way because, and this goes far back to like old school like NWA days. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. National Wrestling Alliance and stuff, and the baby WCW days, where if you really do look at the styles of them as opposed to at the time WWF, you know, like WWF will do Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. Both of them were the blonde guy, the blue eye, the king, right? But you look at Ric Flair's style, really brutal. You know what I'm saying? And his promos were insanely amazing. You look at Hulk Hogan, he was on ice cream bars, he had a cartoon, he was the larger than life, quote unquote, superhero type of persona. Seeing, and he was like the ultimate good guy, take your vitamins, say your prayers, you know, all that stuff. and like I said, you look at the wrestling styles, and I mean just everything how the companies were ran. Like WCW never went, and I'm not talking specific single character. I'm talking in general. They never went like glitz and glam type of stuff, you know. As where WWE now, WWF, WWE was like bigger, better, you know, more star attraction, star power, this and that, you know, and nothing wrong, you know, where it worked for them, you know, still works for them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you really trip on like old school beefs, okay, uh, Ricky Steamboat, Ric Flair, whatever, whoever like old school beefs, look at the beefs that occurred in WCW or that type of company where they seemed legit, especially when you're a kid. You know what I mean? These guys are arguing back and forth. You know who the good guy is. You know who the bad guy is. They have a match and it's not over. You know, they actually feud, man, and the stories were good. You know, that they would tell like outrageous, like very believable. When you go to WWF at the time and you look at, okay, Roddy Piper didn't like Hulk Hogan because Hulk Hogan was a good guy. You know what I mean? Like, and they had like dope feuds and everything too. I love Roddy Piper. Much respect to Roddy Piper, recipes. But
Salute.
like their beef wasn't scary. I can't I don't know how to explain it because as a kid, you know what I mean? That's how I looked at it. But their beef was just Roddy Piper's a bad guy. I don't like him. Hulk Hogan's a good guy. I like him. That's why they're fighting. But the storylines in the other wrestling were really severe, man. You know, dude coming up, attacking dude, or drawing blood, you know, when they would blade, you know, all that stuff. And
so that
and
made it
just,
believable. That was me
yes,
to the chat. That buzz you got, that was me to the Team Greens fade. So that's what that was. So don't even worry about don't even worry about that one. That was me.
but
Oh,
you know what I mean? And you look at it now as an adult, okay? I enjoy a good storyline, obviously. You know, like okay, Dominic Mysterio and going with that. Like it would have been dumb if out of nowhere in a regular match he just turned on his dad and didn't join a faction and he just turned on his dad and never gave a reason and would just fight. Like that would be kind of like, you know, it makes you wonder like, oh, whoa, what's going on? Where as an adult, where are they going to go with this? You know, but if they never really go anywhere with it, like that was just his turn, and it was like sloppily written. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, like it gets old. You know what I mean, bro? That's really stale. But by him joining a faction, then you know what I mean? Like it's an awesome story, and it makes it more believable, man. Like
okay.
like to me, what's the point of having that faction, right? Judgment Day, right? What's the point of having a faction like that if they're not going to recruit someone, if they're not going, you know what I mean? Like, because that's a easy faction, you know what I mean? Like,
okay.
you know, I love each wrestler individually, and then to put them together as a unit, man, and they're wrestlers that I would have never thought would have come together. You know, I mean,
Oh, I
I
wanted
think
to go ahead. You think what?
no, I think like they're on the right track right now as far as WWE, as far as if they want to really focus on storyline, like they're off to a good start, man. Like, you know, I'm not gonna say on everything because nothing's 100%, you know what I mean? But
Okay.
they're off to a very good start, I feel.
Okay. Oh, I want to catch up with Nelson. Nelson Garcia said or asked. He said Jericho has told Danny Garcia that he's the future world champion more than just a few times. Says, does anyone feel like Garcia will drop the strap? I don't know, but eventually. What do you think of that?
Well, okay, this is this is gonna be an unpopular opinion. I don't like Daniel Garcia. Okay, like as a wrestler, like he's a funny dude. If you follow, he's hilarious, man. But as a wrestler, I don't like him, bro. Like, and I know he wrestled the indies before. He wrestled over here like PWG or PGW down south and stuff. And he's loved. He's well loved and respected and all that. I don't like him because when he first came out in AEW, right? Like, I just didn't get his character. like I said, I don't hate him or nothing like that, and I'm not saying he doesn't have skills. He does, but I just didn't get his character at first. I felt like maybe they didn't know what to do with him or where they were gonna go. You know what I'm saying? And then he
Mm-hmm.
teams up with, Ever or with 2.0, and I'm like, okay, I know who they are. I remember them as Ever Rise in NXT. Like, okay, they never impressed me either, and that's what I was like, man, are they like just trying to bury this kid, by
Right.
putting with. But like, and same thing, the guys that are 2.0 away from the ring, they're hilarious. They're funny dudes, man. Like they're awesome people. But then getting involved with Jericho and all that, and seeing their characters change to something. Okay, now I get it. I understand what they're doing. They're clowning on WWE. They call the audience the galaxy instead of the universe, and I just think it's funny. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because like I said, he's always had skill. A dope wrestler. And his real life story is amazing. Him breaking his legs in that car accident and coming back, and amazing life story for that kid. But
Mm-hmm.
now like the direction he took with his character and them changing, making the Jericho Appreciation Society, JSA.
Yeah.
Um, now I'm interested in how far they're gonna let this kid's star rise. You know what I mean? Like to me, I feel now, I should say, that it was Sammy at one time, but he, all that nonsense, whatever. So now it's Daniel Garcia. That I feel
Okay.
he's gonna get that shine that would have been Sammy's.
One that did you ever see that? Because it just popped in my head. Did you ever see that? Remember when I told you he had West Side Gun bring him out on that show where he won the
Yeah,
belt?
yeah. I mean,
Like
because
that.
Buffalo, man, you know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
Like repping Buffalo, who better to come out with? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, that caught me so off guard, and I was like, "Yo!" Like it made me a fan. It made me say, "Hold on," because when I first really paid attention to him, he was pacing back and forth, looking at that screen, watching Jericho and
hey,
help me out.
but
What?
before that incident, how did you feel about him,
Which dude? The Garcia.
Daniel Garcia?
To be honest, to be totally transparent, I wasn't listening. Like it took that little pinch of hip hop to make it be like, yo, wait a second. This dude might be like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the hip hop influence. We talk
hey,
about hip hop. Go ahead.
and when he came out with them, dude, like you could tell, man. Hey, he rocks them, man. Like he, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't fronting. He wasn't. You know what I mean, bro? Like
Yeah.
you could tell, man. You could tell, man.
So back to this. More important, the entertainment or the wrestling? After that
Well,
conversation what we just had, it sounds like the entertainment now.
I would say it. See, it's hard because it's a dope story and everything. Like I said, cool characters or whatever. But if their in ring ability is garbage, bro, like
Then
that's
that's a different, yeah.
because I feel like it's 51% wrestling, 49% entertainment to me. Because I watch wrestling, bro. I tune in to watch wrestling. I don't tune in for the storyline, but a good storyline is important to the overall show. But
Hmm.
me, I would say wrestling because I love a good wrestler, bro. I love great matches, man. I love great matches.
Yeah.
And not, they don't always have to be high flying or nothing like that. Like if someone just has like a dope like ground game, like a legit move set, I really love that. I have a hell of an echo on my end, bro.
You do?
I do. Let's see. See if that.
How about now? How you sound?
I think I still have an echo.
You still
Yeah.
think so? Anybody else in the chat here echo?
I like when you talk, I don't hear an echo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yo.
Like I have
Something
my
you hear
echo
anything?
cancel thing on.
Let me make sure. Let me make sure it ain't me. Yo.
See, I don't hear an echo from you, but
Okay, you
I
ain't hearing it. So like I don't hear echo with you though, OG. When I hear your voice,
man. Well, as long as no one else hears it, cool.
did anybody Sultan? You say you get this Sultan? Do you hear echo with OG? Just making sure before we continue. I want to have too much choppiness.
See, okay, he said he hears. Do you
Okay, you
only
hear
hear?
that?
Yep.
So you wanna go out and come back in, OG? You wanna
Yeah.
try that? Yeah. Okay, I'll be right here waiting on you. So we're waiting for OG to come out and come back in. And while we do that, y'all, I'd like to ask some of y'all in the chat right now. You know what I mean? For those y'all who are wrestling fans, or used to be wrestling fans, or old school wrestling fans, what's more important to you, the entertainment part or the wrestling part? I like what OG said about 5149. You know what I'm saying? Because you ought to be able to perform a little bit more than entertain, so you don't look like a fool and waste folks' money. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we got OG back. Let me go get him. Hold on, y'all. That's just straight.
Hopefully that'll do it.
Yo.
I don't
You
hear
all
it now.
right?
Nah.
Okay.
Yep.
You heard it again?
Yeah, it's not as. Yeah, there it goes. I don't understand why.
Let me look on my side. Echo, echo cancellation. Yeah, I got the echo cancellation on yours.
Yeah.
So it's on yours. Chef friend said it's all good. It don't bother him. So, all right. Uh, something that you put me on. You sent me the video, but I didn't get to check it out. And the reason why I follow Swerve mainly because of AEW, him and Keith Lee. You know what I mean? I kind of forgot about his NXT trials and tribulations, I guess you want to say. So, but it's actually a little bit more deeper and more than that. So, when it comes to Swerve, man, and this story that you sent me, give me give us some of the,
Okay.
the good points of it.
Were you were a fan of his from Lucha Underground, correct?
It seemed like I was. Now that you mentioned that,
He
let me
was
show
killed.
everybody who I. Oh, that was Kia Shot.
Yeah, remember he got unmasked and he was like Sergeant so and so Strickland or Lieutenant Strickland.
What? Man, I done forgot. Oh, gee. Damn. Cause I remember Kia Shot when man, that's crazy, man. You got that's
Those
crazy.
dope.
Damn. Now tell us, you jump into the story. Let us know what this story
Oh,
is
okay.
about.
Because I'm a fan of his. I think he's an amazing wrestler. He's not just. I mean, he can high fly, but he also has great mat game and stuff. When he was in NXT, and he almost didn't get a shot because Triple H kind of would brush him off a little. And the reason he got his shot was because of HBK, Shawn Michaels, and because of Stephanie McMahon. He kept trying to like get at Hunter, and he would keep asking him straight out, like, when am I going to be the top guy? When am I going to be your guy? When am I next? And he just kind of kept getting brushed off.
Mm-hmm.
So the story I read, the interview from him was he had he either texted or called Triple H and straight out told him, "Hey man, I need to talk to you." And Hunter still tried to brush him off. He asked him, "Well, is this something you can talk to so-and-so about?" And he said no. So he agreed to meet with them, and that's when he was like, when am I going to be next? And this and that. Kind of got a brush off. And even after that, when he would wrestle and Hunter was there, you know, watching when they would be practicing and stuff, he would always make a point to look Hunter dead in the eye. Dead in the eye, man. So finally, word had got to Shawn Michaels, HBK, and Shawn Michaels called him in, and he literally sat there with this guy for, it was no less than 1 hour. If I'm not mistaken, it was 1 or 2 hours. Sat there and like watching this guy's matches, like from other wrestling and stuff. And he honestly said he felt that Shawn was really paying attention. Like legit. And Shawn shot him. Shawn was like, "Wow, you're amazing," and stuff. And he had a run in with Stephanie, who out of nowhere just went up to him and like, "You know what, dude? You're my favorite heel." Like straight out, man. And I mean, you think about it, as dope as he is, man. I'm talking from that kill shot on, you know, for him to be there and for Hunter to kind of brush him off, you know, like. And I understand, and I don't hate on Triple H. I don't hate him, you know. And I understand, you know, he's a busy man. He talks to thousands of people every day, and everybody wants to be the next guy. Everyone wants to be the next girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, when are we going to be the next tag team? When this one? And I get it. I do. You know, but like we constantly hear stuff about Hunter that, oh, he's nice and this and that, like. You know, he takes care of everyone in NXT, you know. And I'm not smutting up, you know, Triple H, because like I said, I understand, but there's for every good story, there's a bad or a sad story, but, you know. Because I do know when Hunter likes someone, like he can see, like, you're one of his kids.
Oh yeah,
saying
like, he'll hold you down.
He wants to make sure you win. Like straight out, like whether it's at work and business and life, you know, he's just that guy.
And you behind the when we was talking behind the scenes, you were telling me about HBK. You was like HBK had a new respect or more respect for it. Stress on that point, what you was talking about.
Okay, like, and there's the thing too to people like, and this is separating the person from the character, okay? Like in real life, I don't hate Shawn Michaels. I never had anything against Shawn Michaels, the person. You know, I always thought he was cool. But I never liked his character. Shawn Michaels, the wrestler, HBK, right? Like, it just wasn't for me. You know, he was really for the ladies, you know what I'm saying? And stuff, even though he was a dope wrestler. And I was a fan of the Express, you know what I mean? Or yeah, was he Rock and Roll Express? No.
Which one? Talking about
Shawn and Marty.
The Rockers.
Rockers, there you go, yeah. You know, I liked when they were the Rockers. I thought they were cool and all that. But just the rest of his career, I just was never into him. You know, I was indifferent about him. I didn't hate him, but I was just like, yeah, whatever with this guy. But when I found that out about Swerve, man, like, and it being something that was private. Like, it wasn't televised. It wasn't no act. It wasn't, you feel me? It was between him and Swerve. And for Swerve to let it be known, like that's just an awesome person. Like I love him now. Like HBK character, whatever. He can come out to his sexy boy song or whatever, and I'll put that dude down, man. Like, because whatever it was he saw in Swerve matches, he recognized this kid's great, man. This guy's awesome.
And you made a nail, you put a drove a nail when you said separate or not separate the person from the character, which some do and some don't. I got a crucial wake up call when I went to Spade's return match when he came back out of retirement, and I got to meet a wrestler named Donnie Primetime. And when he
Love that
rocked the
team,
mic,
man.
you know what I'm saying? When he rocked the mic, you know what I'm saying? Like when he rocked the mic, it's like he make you believe. I'm talking about he coming with all the name calling and this and that. Like and I was like, dang, you know. Sometimes like he would hold his character when it be time for the meet and greet intermission. You know he hold to the character. So I'm like, no, I don't want to meet that cat. And then I happened to bump into him with Spade, and I seen him speaking to Spade, and that showed me how much respect that that company got for Spade because he was like, for me to see him rock the mic how he rocked it, and then him to say, yo, Spade, man, he said, you one of the best. You're one of the best. I love when to be around
Wow.
you. He's like, man, I learned from you. You know what I'm saying? He was just giving his flowers while he was standing there. And I'm like, yo, I gotta go up and meet this dude now, man. I went up to him, I like, yo, Mr. Prime Time, man. I said, man, I owe you an apology. He was like, why, bro? I was like, man, I said I had to separate. I had to separate you from the character. I said, man, you cool as a fan, man. He was like, man, I'm always cool, man. Then it was a lesson learned. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lesson learned for me. You know what I mean? What about you?
Um, now, I'm like that where uh okay, growing up, as a Hulkamaniac, for example, and then finding out all the stuff as you get older about him, steroids, drugs, racism, um,
Mm-hmm.
things like that, and people can tell me, well, yeah, that's Terry Bollea, that's not Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was never played by any other person but Terry Bollea. Terry Bollea is Hulk Hogan. It's not like how I had mentioned to you before. It's not like hating Superman because to this day because you hated Christopher Reeve. Like many people played Superman. Like you know what I mean? Like well, I don't like Christopher Reeve, so I hate Superman. That's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
What about Henry Cavill? What about Brandon? You know what I mean? Like whoever played Superman, like it, because that's a fictitious character. Just like a wrestling character, but a wrestling character is played by that person unless they're masked and they do the okey doke on us. I'm talking in general, like to me when like Hulk Hogan doing that, he's tarnished, man. He's like I, I can't like him. I can't enjoy his matches anymore. He comes out, I change. I mean, that's just I won't support someone like that. Okay, regardless if it's a singer, rapper, actor, whatever. Anyone that spouts, racial bigotry and stuff like that, like I'm good, man. Like I can't rock with that person
Yeah.
on any level. Like
Right.
and sometimes people don't set, or sometimes people try to separate the person from the work they've created. Like singer-wise, people they'll still defend R. Kelly's music, or whoever, And I'm just
Mm-hmm.
the story.
Yeah.
But me, like, and I used to listen to R. Kelly. You know what I mean? I used to bump him back in the day.
Yeah.
But all this stuff came out. Nah, man, I'm good. Like
Mm-hmm.
my play, whatever. Like that guy, and people could tell me, oh, but that's something he created. It was created by a piece of shit. Created by a monster.
Mm-hmm.
There's no separating that. To me, that's my opinion. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
some people do separate. They'll still bump his music or whatever. Hey, that's on them. That's if they like his music that much. Okay, it's I can't control what the next person listens to.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I grew up, a little kid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, Hulk Hogan is the best. He's the best example to use because you had a whole globe. You know what I'm saying? Behind you. You know what I mean? Like you had a whole globe behind you. Like his father, youngster, my youngster days, one of the first big dogs of the world was he. He was one of them. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like he went from that to the cartoon, to the movies, to the magazine, back to wrestling, to late night TV, middle time TV, daytime TV. He was everywhere. Like
Yep.
no matter how you, no matter how many times you hit the pinball, wherever it hit, even when it go down the drain, he was down in the drain too. You know what I'm saying? He done been everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And when the comments, when the stuff came out on him, and when the stuff came out on him, it changed my mind on him for like ever because you know ain't nobody that taught you to know the prayers and the vitamins and all this, and then turn around and they saying this, and that. And I'm like, wait a second, you the prayers and the vitamins dude. You the dude that make me feel like never give up, never surrender. Now you talking about my peoples like this? What? I thought you was fair. I thought you was a little more fair than that. You know? I mean, like, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, I guess. We find out the real. Like, you know what I mean?
Hey,
What's in the dark come to light.
but it does, and you know what though, man? It does go both ways because growing up watching Macho Man, I didn't like Macho Man, like as a bad guy to me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
before, I was like, man, this guy, boo, But I didn't hate Randy Popo. You know what I mean? I didn't like Macho Man, right? Until I got older and stuff. But then you hear things about how he was, and you see stuff about his life and stuff, and it's like, wow, man, like you feel bad for the guy on certain things, and you just like feel for him as a person,
Yeah.
like the whole thing, like him passing away, like that dude never stopped loving Elizabeth, like little things like that, you know what I mean? Like it goes both ways, man. It goes both ways, man. Like,
Yeah, I understand. We could definitely come back to it, but it's always some eye openers. You know what I mean? So, that was that right there is a eye opening. That's an eye opening topic for anybody. You know what I mean? And still some of the youngsters still gotta learn. Some of them ain't learned yet. You know, but they gonna get their crash course coming soon. You know what I'm saying? It's just all a part of it. You know what I mean? Entertainment in the wrestling. But moving on, OG. We got a three-parter right here.
oh,
Hold on,
Triple H.
let me get to it. There we go. There we go.
Um, Triple H's moved so far. Well, earlier how I said about him wanting to concentrate on storyline and stuff more, I think that's great, obviously, because how I felt and feel about it.
Uh-huh.
And I have high hopes for the company. I really do, because how we talked about how when you're one of his, you're one of his. He just takes care of you, wants you to make it. Not saying if you're not one of his, he treats you like trash. I'm not saying that, but he's someone I really believe that he doesn't just care about the business. He cares about the fans. And not just monetarily. It's easy to say, well, yeah, the fans make him rich. It's not just that. I mean, he was a wrestling fan at once. You know what I'm saying? And he watched how his former father-in-law was running the company and certain changes or whatever. And you would hear things maybe he didn't like or they would argue about. But in the end, it was Vince who ran everything. And he already had started making little changes I thought dope. And they're minor, but to me as a fan, like I didn't like Austin Theory just going by here. I'm gonna use him as the example.
Yeah.
He's dope because he's Austin Theory,
Mm-hmm.
I hate the name Dewdrop, and I know that she talked to Triple H about a possible name change as well, Piper Niven, right?
Okay.
Like little things like that mean a lot to me as a fan. You know, I mean,
Okay.
and like it might seem minor to everyone else, but there's people like me that it's not minor. Like that's it's something cool.
Yeah.
You know, like
HBK with NXT. What got me was I saw him when Solo had to relinquish the North American title, and I forgot the other guy name that was standing across the table. But Triple H, I mean not Triple H, HBK was standing in the middle, and he was like, I'm not gonna just give you this belt. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm not just gonna give you this belt. You think I'm just gonna give you this? He was like, no, we got a match, uh, 5-man, 6-man type of match, in a ladder match. And he gave him that HBK smile, and I was like, yo, he is really turning it up. He getting it back to where it need to be. He putting the dramatics back in it because HBK got some dramatics. The dramatics is what you know what I'm saying. It's what keep you about 2 counts. You know what I'm saying, almost 3 counts. You know what I mean, like so what's your feelings on HBK with NXT and just the creativity, having both hands in the creativity job?
well, I'll say that like because I now have such respect for him, bro. Um, like I'm excited, bro. Like because he's gonna run the show, or he's creative, correct? He's part of creative.
Say it again.
Is he's part of creative, or is he
I believe
completely in
he in the
charge?
lead. I believe yeah, he's somewhere in the top. From what I remember, the top. He's somewhere in the tip of the top.
Um, I think it's gonna be interesting in a positive way to see where he takes NXT, because this whole time everyone was expecting Hunter to do
Hmm.
NXT, the Vince stuff. But now Hunter's like Raw, SmackDown, and HBK is going to be NXT, and I think this is kind of an out of left field for us as fans, because we had no idea. Like no one ever thought, "Oh man, I can't wait till Shawn Michaels runs NXT." You know what I'm saying? That was
You know what I'm
never.
saying?
And now that it is a thing, it's going to be so cool because we're going to see what he does, his storytelling or whatever, or his freedom he gives the rest.
Let me add a factor in. Now I knew he had something to do with it when Adam Page and them was wrestling. When Adam Page and what's his name? Hold on. The big dude. He's somebody. He what you call nephew? Kevin Sutherland. You remember Kevin Sutherland? Ain't that right? From the
Kevin
dungeon.
Sullivan.
Kevin Sullivan. Remember his
Yeah.
nephew? HBK. Remember HBK was part of all that, because they had them type of matches at Adam Cole and DIY DIY and all them. And then when Vince stepped back in, the color changed and it was all about dance around and who got the nice rap and who got the nice song and who got the best looking clothes, and the girls back wearing little bitties and they doing the pose, you know what I mean? Now Shawn Mike, now we getting some hardcore hidden what we like, war games and shit like that, Halloween Havoc and all that. What about you? What you
Hey,
think?
you know what? I honestly believe that eventually, and it's like a high hope kind of thing,
Okay.
it's going to be welcome to work with AEW, bro. I really, really feel that. And I'm not saying soon, like it's going to happen this year, but I feel that it's eventually going to get to that, man.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. And I think that once it does, it's that's like DC and Marvel, man. Like that I think that's gonna be awesome. Like, and the reason I say
Hey,
I think
hold on. Full Blast said you got an echo. He said you got an echo again. You said you got an echo again. I don't want you. I want you to be able to talk. I don't want your talk to be messed up. Thank you, Full Blast. We working on it.
How's that?
All right, hi, y'all. All right, y'all.
Do I still have an echo?
He said perfect. Go ahead, get back at it.
All
Finish your
right.
point.
What was I? Oh yeah, for them working together. I mean, come on, we're talking about Triple H, man. We're talking about beating down the door of WCW. You know what I mean, bro? Like
Yeah, that's true. That's
that
true.
whole thing.
That's
And
true.
I mean, if it wasn't for all of that, we wouldn't have got the NWO, which is still loved to this day. To this day, man.
Yeah.
Like, come on. And I just feel that with Triple H and Sean doing stuff that they recognize, they see, it would be good for everybody, bro. Like straight out, it would be good for both sides. It would be good for wrestlers worldwide. Okay, it would
Hmm.
be good for every company, because look at look at AEW and them allowing people from New Japan in, Triple
Hmm.
A, them working with Triple A Lucha. I mean, it's insane.
Man,
Impact now, I mean,
impact.
I just think it's awesome.
Ring of
And
Honor. I forget Ring of Honor.
I don't want the two wrestling companies to be like Marvel and DC as far as when they make movies. Like, well, Marvel's doing it this way, we're not going to follow their recipe, even though it's successful and our movies suck. We're not going to do what they do. That's just being stubborn, bro. And Hunter's, I mean, dude, his mentor was Lord Steven Regal.
Mm. You
That
can't
was
beat
his
that.
mentor. And
Can't beat that.
Regal, and he's now on the other side. You can't tell me there's bad blood between those two. Love each other, bro. Like how Hunter
Exactly.
treats the youngsters. That was Steven Regal and Hunter. Like that's his boy. Everything he knows about the business. Come on, man. He was mentored by one of the best.
True. Extra true. Okay. OG. Uh,
Mhm.
our boy Power just came with this question right here. He said Logan Paul versus Roman. Okay, hold on. Before you even get it, don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Wait, hold on. Hold on, not yet, OG, because I know OG go chop. He got an axe. Now check this out. You know what I'm saying? You know, we was talking about the entertainment. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So we're gonna come with, you know what I'm saying? So we got this going down at Crown Jewel. You know what I mean? Uh, Logan Paul, he got M's on top of M's of viewers, and we already know what the tribal chief doing. So plus that, then they over there in Saudi Arabia. So plus that, like I don't know if you can get more. I don't even think it's more eyes on the world. You know what I'm saying? So not just the match,
Right.
not just the like I don't want you to judge this on like who you think gonna win because on the prediction level with us being good predictors and watching how they do, we know who probably gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Why and how? But it's just the show within itself. You know what I mean? Like what type of what do you think we should expect from this match? Same go for you two power. Like how much?
Um, I like first of all, I don't like Logan Paul. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. I've already
That's
talked about that.
normal. That's normal. A lot of folks don't like their cat.
And I don't like Crown Jewel. Like that's something that I told you and I've told Spade. I don't watch Crown Jewel. But all that
Hmm.
stuff aside, this match, like my personal feelings aside, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause I'll say this, like Logan Paul can wrestle. I'll I'd be a liar if I said he couldn't wrestle. I'd be a liar because he can wrestle. You know what I mean? Like, and he can pull off some phenomenal moves. He's very athletic. Like in general, he's just an athletic person, and his wrestling is dope. He can high fly. Like it's insane. It's
Mm-hmm.
insane that he doesn't just quit everything else and just be a full time wrestler. But whatever. Okay. I think we're gonna see him do a lot of stuff like that because that's not the type of wrestler Roman is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Roman's more of a power moves guy. But I think the match will be good. I wish it was at a different venue. Because I think it will be a really good match, and I think it will be extremely entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Like to see okay, a wrestler like Roman, someone that's just a tough dude that has dope move sets and everything, but he's not a high fly guy. I like when they wrestle high fly guys. I
Mm-hmm.
like when it's different styles, two contrasting style. I love that, man. I because the whole time you're on your edge of your seat, even though you know who's gonna win the match. It's still like, like
Yeah,
you
that's
still
common.
it's like that, man. It's awesome. You know, I mean, even someone like Roman, who if he were to wrestle just a straight brawler, because Roman can wrestle, but if he just
Mm-hmm.
wrestled a brawler, it would be dope too. You know what I mean?
True.
Because in that match, we would see Roman shine as the guy doing the more of the move set. You know what I'm saying? Because the brawler would just and it would make Roman look like, wow, he can do that. He can do that. It's like that's how he wrestles, man. Like it's just so cool, man. When two contrasting styles meet in the ring, and that's what this is gonna be. I mean, this kid Logan Paul, man. Like I said, personal shit aside, he impressed me in the ring. He
Mm-hmm.
impressed me, bro, straight out. Like I mean, that's just that. Like,
So it's almost inevitable that they're gonna put on a great show, but Roman Reigns cannot lose this match because
no, no.
ain't no way in the world somebody that's done broke the record, that's done had the belt, that he done held that belt. That man ain't been pinned in 1,000 days, y'all.
He
Plus,
a
plus
he
now,
he's not gonna there's no way, bro, that he loses to this kid,
you
like
know, hate it or love it. Like Ric Flair said, like it or learn to love it. It is what it is. So, like, what else can what else can what I mean? Like, the storyline for that bloodline is created so well. The way the longer and longer it goes, it seems like they just creaming the crop better and better and better. You know what I'm saying? What was you finna say?
check this out. Because of Hunter and HBK and everything and this sudden left turn that WWE took, right? Like it's to me it's so unpredictable. Like I mean, even this match, like we know Roman's not going to drop the titles, right?
Hmm.
What if somebody comes in and cheats and helps Logan Paul and that's what disqualifies him? Or what if this what I mean there's so many scenarios now that like, oh damn, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. We don't know now. He could
Hmm.
what if Miz has has a change of heart and Miz shows up and intervenes or whatever, or whoever. What if someone comes to help Logan? What if his brother Jake Paul comes? Like
That's true.
it could anybody. Hey, it could be a boxer he's cool with that just happens to show up. You know,
What's up, Corey?
like it could be anything like that, bro. Like I don't see Roman keeping the belts by getting disqualified. I don't see, you know what I mean? I don't see someone jumping in for Roman, like because he doesn't need it. His character doesn't need that. You know what I mean? Like I see a clean finish, you
Word
know,
up.
on his behalf. If not, like I said, than it would be for Homeboy, for Logan Paul to get DQ'd by someone like it could be a surprise entrance, bro.
Yeah,
It
you
could be
right.
someone's breakthrough there. It could be
You
someone's
right.
escape. But
You
like I
right.
said, I mean, so many things that it's just so unexpected now, man. Like,
I want to give another special shout out to Corey Alger. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Corey. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't, you know what I mean? You already know Full Blast is the platform. You know what I'm saying? Corey is a everyday, all day type of brother right there. He everywhere and he always show support and salute. You know what I'm saying? Just to let y'all know that came in late. Spadenomics has some personal stuff to deal with work wise, and he got the rest of the match coming up tomorrow. I mean, yeah, tomorrow. Let me see. Yeah, tomorrow. So he probably gonna get some footage in and all this and that. So y'all be stay tuned. Y'all already know when y'all see this notification come on in. So Spade and Numbers might have some wrestling footage. You know what I mean? So thank you, Corey. You know what I mean? We OG.
yeah,
Uh, you had put me on something that you
Dark Side
told
of
me, and I've been watching it, and I know other folks. Some of y'all. So I know some people. I know you might not have seen a bunch of episodes, but you seen one because maybe one of your old school favorite characters they was talking about and it had you interested. Maybe it's a story that you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the dark side of the ring, they pretty much give you the ugly truth about some of our heroes. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Or some of our
I'm
favorites.
I'm sure a lot of people watching right now know the show or have watched it, but I'm sure there's some that don't know the show or haven't got a chance to watch it yet. Um, this show is not produced by WWE. I promise you that.
Mm-mm.
Um, through some of the seasons, the narrator is Chris Jericho, which is whatever. But this show, man, it like Cooks just said, it tells you the real deal. This show will have you hating people you grew up loving and idolizing, but then by the same token, characters you hated or people you hated or just like were indifferent about will earn your respect. It goes both ways, man. Like it's insane. This show, the and a lot of the episodes actually like plane ride from hell, for example, or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's stuff that we're like, oh, I remember that. I remember hearing that. Oh, I thought that was a rumor. Like, nah, man. I mean, any rumor you think that you can remember hearing about back in the day, like before internet and all this stuff, man, believe there's a 99.9% chance it happened. I
Yes.
mean, this show, like, and the people they interview, JR comes on there. They interview him sometimes, and he tells what he says and stuff, and he doesn't really hold back either. He doesn't really sugarcoat stuff. um
Mm-hmm. It's
there's
almost
certain
like you. Go ahead. I'm
huh
sorry. Go ahead.
oh no
I'm sorry.
there's certain people too that, oh, and we reached out to Brock Lesnar, and he refused to be interviewed, or he didn't return our calls. I mean, that happens a lot on this too. And I mean, and it's not always like that. I want to make that clear, because the whole and like you said, Cook, about someone you like the whole reason I even got onto this show or got into it was because there was an episode about the Road Warriors, and that's my
Mm-hmm.
favorite tag team in history. Okay, as I'll always be a Road Warriors fan, man. Like the Hawk and Animal, man. I'm like favorite since I was a kid, man. And the episode was about them, and it was sad, like the way it ended and stuff, with dude passing away and all that. And that was just a straight documentary of them making it, and their
Mm-hmm.
toughness. Paul Ellering, helping them out, and so that's what made me get into the show. And I was like, the dark side, I guess, was the end of their career and Homeboy passing away, and stuff. And it's like, oh man. But then you watch episodes like Steroid one I just watched,
Yeah.
and it's Ooh.
Yo, I actually wrote down a couple of episodes. If you don't mind, let me call them out. For the people that are interested, Viceland is where you can watch some of these, or you
Yeah.
can probably go to YouTube and try to catch a replay. Uh,
It's on Hulu as well.
and Hulu as well. Right now it's 3 seasons that's already out, and it's a fourth season in the making. But let me just drop, and these are all not in order. This is from season 1 to season 3. I just picked out some that'll probably catch your attention like that. OG was talking about the steroid trials, the plane ride from hell, the double life of Chris Canyon, the collision in Korea, Rob Black's XPW, the final days of Owen Hart, the last ride of the Road Warriors, the lives and crimes of New Jack, one of my personal favorites, the fabulous Moolah, the last of the Von Erichs, which I watched with my auntie, the
Yeah.
Montreal Screwjob, and it's so much more. But like that's how far back, deep, wide, reach. That's how far they go, and there's more.
Oh,
You know what I
man.
mean? And those were just I just that's one that's I just picked one or two out of each season. Like each season is probably what OG anywhere from 10 to 14 episodes long.
What's that?
Each season has got like anywhere from what to 8 to 14 episodes, right?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. And they ain't short shows, but they giving you the drop. You know what I mean? Like they giving you the real.
Hey, that show. There's an episode about the Dynamite Kid and Saint
Yes,
Man, the British Bulldogs. That was like, like my
that
little
was
brother.
one of my
I
teams.
love Dynamite Kid. He was my favorite over Davy Boy because Dynamite was speed, the explosive, the quickness. He's he's kind of a prototype for the direction wrestling took, as far as it just being brawling and stuff. Because without him, there wouldn't be no like Chris Benoit wrestlers like that mimicking his moves,
Yeah.
right? Because he was such a short dude, he had a Napoleon complex,
Hmm.
and I love that dude, right? And I watched his episode, man, and the stuff they did to Jacques Rougeau. This is exactly what we just talked about, man. I grew up hating the fabulous Rougeau brothers. I hated them, man. They were arrogant. They were the bad guys from Canada, like because I was a British Bulldog guy, and so I
Yeah.
hated the Rougeaus, man. But they did the Bulldogs did a prank on Jacques Rougeau, and it escalated to him to a to them fight him and Dynamite not getting along, right? To the point where one day Jacques comes in the locker room, and this is kind of messed up because I'm a big fan of Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. And right when he walks in, Kurt Hennig calls him over. Hey, Jacques, you want to play cards with me? Oh, yeah. They get down and start playing cards. And from behind, Dynamite comes and cracks Jacques Rougeau, gets him on the ground, kicks it, like beats him up, man. Because Jacques Rougeau, and they say it in this doc too, man, that he wasn't no tough street dude. That wasn't his persona. That wasn't his lifestyle. You know what I mean? He wasn't. So he gets beat up. He gets beat up to the point where he stops shaving because he can't stand to look at his face in the mirror. Not because it's
Dang.
distorted, out of shame. So he tells the story that he's going back to work like the next week or something, and his dad tells him, "On your way to work, stop at the bank and get a roll of quarters." So he gets a roll of quarters, and he's waiting backstage for Dynamite Kid. Dynamite Kid Tommy, his name's Tommy, I believe. Dynamite Kid walks in, and he says he has a cup of coffee, and he's like, "Hey, man, what's up?" And he says Dynamite just like grins at him and like nods, and he says he just belts Dynamite in the jaw. And he describes it as when you watch a monster movie and you see blood splatter. He says that's real because he cracked him so good he knocked out 4 of his teeth.
Damn.
And Dynamite, he says Dynamite starts yelling at him, I'm gonna mess you up, like all messed up. But like that was his point, because he gets down in Dynamite's face and tells him, next time I'm gonna kill you, or I'm gonna put you in the morgue, something like that, right? Like all pumped up, and he jams. Now Jacques Rougeau is hella scared. And the story goes into this Dino Bravo thing too that I had always heard rumors about, and this story is just way out. But I said that part to say that it made me look at Dynamite Kid and Davy Boy different for what they did. They took a dump in his suitcase or something like it was. Come on, man. And
Damn.
it made me have respect for Jacques Rougeau because he was legit scared. He was scared of Dynamite Kid that he did what his dad told him to do, and he just belted the dude and cracked him and got his respect. There were never any getbacks after that. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
him and Davey Boy didn't go. It's like because of the because of the Dino Bravo part. The story gets their beef gets squashed. Like
Oh,
and it's funny because no one got hurt behind after that. No one got hurt with the Dino Bravo thing. It was just whoa, like it was a fun. It's funny to me how it ended.
yeah,
But that episode made me look at Dynamite different, and it made me have respect for someone I never liked. Like
true. And that's
you know,
and I guess that's why they call it dark side of the dark side because you gotta bring it to light. You know what I'm saying? To certain things you didn't know. And some of the episodes that I called out, I have watched, and definitely watching from this side of the screen and just being a fan. There is no way, what I'm saying, just because I we came up in just the magazine, watch it on TV or go to the show when it come to your city era. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody know, like I know, antenna TV don't pick up no cable channels. You know what I'm talking
nope.
about? So you know what I'm saying. So when you catch some, if you're a fan of wrestling like that as a little kid, and when you catch it, like if you gonna go have a fit if you don't get to watch it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get to know all that's in the back. You know what I mean? And when you find out later, then it's be like, oh, that's why they was walking like that. That's why they were, like when Shawn Mike hit his back on that coffin. I
Yes.
didn't know. I in here. I didn't know his back was hurt until that match with Stone Cold. That's when I knew he was really hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then when I see him tell his story and what he had to go through in the middle of all that, it's like, yo, you had it rough.
Oh, I just want to say something real quick because about
What
Shawn
up?
Michaels. And I know everybody knows this, but I don't know when the last time is you actually went back, especially as an adult, and watched the match. I did this like a couple months ago, and it's a famous match. It sucks because it involves Hulk Hogan, but the match where him and Hulk Hogan wrestle, and Shawn is just overselling everything because of the bitterness, and you can legit see the frustration on Hogan's face. Like you can tell he is so irritated
Is that
because
the match where he had them jeans and them boots on?
it's where like he'll barely crack Shawn, and Shawn will fish flop and roll out of the ring, and like
Yeah,
it's insane oversell, and it's just
I
so
think I remember
funny.
that.
It's
I remember
funny
that match
because
because of what Michaels had on. I believe that's the one. It should be the
so
one
he
because they only
didn't
wrestled
have
once, right?
that I know of, that
Okay.
I know of. But it's so funny to me because Shawn and this guy legit not getting along. And instead of like fighting, picking a fist fight with Hogan or whatever and stuff like that, Shawn just hams up the match because he knows it's getting under Hogan's skin. And you can visibly, as an adult, you visibly see it. And Shawn's antics, all his,
Yeah.
man, dude.
Hey, you ain't lying, man. But like that like what we was talking about back to the dark side, like for the people who
Yes.
haven't, you know what I mean? For the people who haven't, please go check out a couple episodes. Look for one of your favorite old school and check it out and be surprised at what you didn't know. If you did know it, well, they done finally brought it out. I advise everybody to please watch The Life and Crimes of New Jack. Y'all
Hey,
missed so, but watch Life and Crimes of New Jack. Y'all
hey,
gonna
bro,
be
and very few of the Dark Side of the Rings have an ending that's happy. Okay,
yeah, true.
very few, but they're there. There
They're
are
there.
some where certain people turn their life around,
Yeah.
and you're like, dang, I didn't know he or she had it that rough. But in the end, they're who they are now, and you're like, oh man, amen to that. You know, right on for them.
Yes,
And
sir.
every episode isn't going to make you hate someone or whatever, but every episode will grab your attention in a different way, man. Because some of them, they're just like I said, the Road Warriors one, it was just sad. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't show them
Oh,
doing like scumbaggery stuff. It was
the
just like
one
just
about China. The one about China.
yeah. Oh,
That
hey,
one. That one hit hard too.
yes, that
That one hit
man.
hard. That one
And
hit
I'll
hard.
tell you this: there's one episode, and it's a two-parter, and I still have not ever watched it, and I like it's gonna be hard for me to watch because it's Eddie Guerrero. You know what
I
I mean?
watched that one. I watched that one.
Like that dude, bro. Like he
I watched that one.
meant so much to me, still means a lot to me, you know, and it's
Word
just
up,
it's
Philip.
because I know it's sad, you know what I mean, bro? Like
Shout out to Philip Brown. You ain't lying. Outside the ring is outstanding. You ain't lying. Yes, sir. Rest in peace, Channel. You already know. So,
and earlier I saw that what that's what I was pointing at is how Hardy Boy said the Warriors got their start in Minnesota. Yes, they
yeah.
did.
Yeah, they did. You right,
He
Hardy.
said
I knew you know
AW,
he gon' anything Minnesota, he gon' already know.
and I like that what ASAP said too. What Paul said, Sean did the Ric Flair
He
fall.
did.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Now on the light side of the ring, we got this. Our boy,
Yes.
Cena made the Guinness Book of World Records for once again eclipsing the Guinness Book, eclipsing the visits on the Make a Wish Foundation, 650 plus. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know what I mean? I got my Cena shirts in my drawer. You know what I mean? The hustle, loyalty, respect, economics, ruthless aggression. Um, he went on a downward spiral as far as the wrestling. You know what I mean? But I still rock with Cena. You know, he in touch with the hip hop. He can be funny. He can adapt to any situation. You know what I'm saying? He respect and love his family. You know, he always got something that changed. He always got something. You know, with his brothers. And, you know what I mean? It's just I like Cena. I like how he do. Whether he good at it or not, he always try attempt. If he fail, he go to something else. You know what I mean? The only thing that I feel like brought him down was that relationship that he had when it was in the wrestling. You know, he had that relationship with somebody in the wrestling, and and I felt like that kind of knocked him off his balance. But then once that got done with, he went on back to Fast and the Furious, and he got back, he got Peacemaker. He got back right. You know what I'm saying? So, but all in all, man, yeah, you're right, Powell. I just didn't want to get it. I just didn't want to say the name. But all in
Yeah.
all, um, making the kids happy, tears of joy to meet their favorite character, superhero type of favorite wrestler is a heartwarming thing. You know what I'm saying? And what's your thoughts on our boy breaking this record
Well,
and just in general?
did you hear about there was this kid, man, and I think the kid was autistic, okay?
Hmm.
And this has nothing to do with Make a Wish, but it's like along those lines. This is just John Cena being John Cena. This kid that I'm talking about is Ukrainian, and right when the war had broke out, this kid wouldn't leave his room. He wouldn't leave the apartment that his family lived in, and his
Hmm.
family kept trying to get him out. They kept telling him, "Hey, we gotta go, man!" Like they were evacuating. Kid wouldn't leave, and they told the kid, "You gotta go because we're gonna go meet John Cena," and that was the kid's favorite wrestler. So the kid got as he left, right? John Cena found out about this on his own dime. He flew to the Ukraine to meet that kid. Who does that, bro? You know what I mean? Like, who's genuinely that good? Like I mean that like that's just bro, that's being a beautiful human being on a whole nother level. Like that, I mean,
he said in the article this that I found this in today that um no matter what he doing, he said no matter what he doing, he done proved it too. He said no matter what he doing, if he get the call that Make a Wish need him, he said he dropping everything right then
Yo,
and he going.
absolutely,
And that's
absolutely.
what he said. And I ain't heard nobody else say that. And in basketball, football, baseball, uh music, I ain't heard nobody else say that, but I heard him say it though. I done
Yeah,
seen him say it. I done read him say it, heard him say it, seen him say he said it. The video, find the video, he said it. He dropping whatever he doing. I don't care what it is. If they said make a wish, little kid want to see you and get that hug, he going.
yep,
And you know, I can't do nothing but respect that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't do nothing but respect that. And I can understand why he wouldn't want to turn heel.
yeah, exactly.
I can
He means
understand.
too much. Hey, bro, he means way too much to the kids, bro.
Woo.
Like I wouldn't want him to turn heel at this point. Like that.
Man.
Why? You know, like
Like I ain't gonna lie. Stone Cold the only somebody that I know. Stone Cold the only he about the, besides him and the Macho Man, about the only ones that I done seen that work for both ways. Even when they try to be bad, they still love you to death. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like it's
absolutely.
only certain, you know what I mean? Macho Man, you know, it was rough draft here and there, but like with Stone Cold though, when once he started cussing, it was like it's over with. Like they love him. It don't matter what he do. Now when he shook hands with the corporation, that was different. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey,
when
man.
he came out of that, go ahead.
No, no, I was just agreeing with you, bro. Like there's just that wrestler that has that. You know what I mean, bro? Like no matter what they do, man, like people they'll love the bad guy, bro.
Love the bad guy. Love
Like
it. Love it. Ric
but
Flair
I'll
got
tell you,
like that.
hey, that's one thing, man. You want to talk about magic. Eddie Guerrero, okay?
Yeah, boy.
Someone that when he was the bad guy, I lie, cheat, I steal, and people cheered him. People loved Eddie Guerrero so much. This guy would be in front of, we'll say, 50, like he could be in any state in front of 50,000 white people.
Mm-hmm.
And what are they? Orale, viva la raza. And they're saying it. They're saying it
Jeez.
back.
Damn.
Like,
Then he
like
coming out there.
like insane, man. Like to have that much
Rest
likability,
in peace. Rest in peace, Eddie. Shout out
you know,
600. Rest in
like
peace, Eddie.
and that absolutely,
You know
and
what I mean?
that's one thing that John Cena is one of those people that just has that likability. Stone Cold had that likability, bro. Like to me now, Randy Orton has that likability. Like
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's the Viper, but people still love him. He
They
turns
love
on
him though.
whatever he has, people still love him.
Like he made it normal. He made it normal. Okay, I'm gonna be buddies. But just remember, when it's over with, you gonna know. Cause, cause you gonna feel the three most powerful letters in the world. When you know it's over with, it'll be just like a flash. You know what I'm saying? I like that too. That's dope. Kevin Owens trying to get like that now too.
Oh,
You know, if you ain't noticed, because he'd have been blessed, you know, Stone Cold blessed him with the stunner.
yeah,
So
with the
now he can
stone.
stun. So he can stun when he get ready. So it's like, you know, kind of blessed him with it. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, OG, we had a good fun time with the wrestling portion. Let's get into a little small part of the comic. You know, it's the comic portion. And these are some worldwide. These are pretty much two or three. Excuse me, y'all. Two or three that we put together. For time and purposes. Smearing opinions versus positive reviews. And on the second half of this, we got Foggy's looking for which X-Men model to follow for screen presentations. Which part you wanna jump on first?
Do the smearing,
Okay.
because that's one thing that if anyone like ever watches us or watches Cooks and Spade, like just because okay, like just because what I said earlier about Hulk Hogan, okay, That's my personal opinion on him. Like, this ain't no smear campaign for me to tell everybody, yes, Hulk Hogan is bad. Woo, don't like it. Like, that's not what this show is about. That's not what we're about as individuals. We believe everyone has a right to their own opinion. Opinions differ, and that's that, man. You're gonna like some people. You're not gonna like some people, and your reasons are your reasons. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and there are some people that do. They're toxic fans. They'll smear a show or a person without ever really knowing the full story or the truth.
Yeah, buddy. We've been seeing a lot of that this year. A
And
lot.
and like most recently
Lot.
with She-Hulk, most recently, people were just so against the show like before it came out, and I'm like, wow, you have a Hollywood pass, you've already seen the show, like, and they're going off trailers or whatever things they seen or other stuff they read, and that wasn't fair to the show. In my opinion, it wasn't fair to the people who worked on the show, the actors, actresses, and all that. Because, like I said, you either like something or you don't, man. Like, you don't have to like what's popular. You don't have to hate what's unpopular.
Mm-hmm.
You dislike something. Like, if a person told me John Cena, if a person said, "Well, I don't like John Cena," I'd be like, "Well, why not?" And if they said, "Well, I just don't like his style of wrestling. I don't like him as a wrestler. Oh, but he's funny in movies, blah blah blah." Okay, I get it. You know what I mean? I get that. But if you straight out like, "Oh, I hate John Cena, everything he's," and you just like smut him up or bring up bad stuff about, like, come on, man. Like, you're talking to someone that loves that guy. Like, I respect you not liking him, respect that I do. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I mean, unless they told me something he did something creepy or something, but that's a whole different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But
You
I
know.
mean, it's not cool to hate on someone so much that you get toxic about it, and you go online and you try to get other people to hate it. Like, I mean, that's not cool, man. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
people like
You
what they
know.
want to like.
Oh, and also like saying with the field with me, doing my best, trying to better myself at this. So I definitely don't want to be like nobody. I want to be different. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still learning. That's why I ask you questions, or I ask our fellow brothers questions, because what I'm saying, y'all know materials, and what I'm saying, y'all know things. And then when I look at the Hollywood lights, camera, action side of stuff, I see differently. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they had their own storyline that they getting paid for us to follow. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Uh, earlier I seen, earlier I was watching a video where this guy said Fox's storylines have been going on for so many years. You know what I'm saying? Because he a comic book nerd himself. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, that tells me so much. And I'm not an aficionado. I'm not a historian, but I enjoy sitting and listening to the historians with my notebook and my pen. You know what I'm saying? So I can get the actual factuals. You know what I'm talking about? Okay,
Yep.
now a show like She-Hulk, it's like, yo, it's like it's getting so many reviews. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't She-Hulk, it's the race swapping stuff. It seems like that's when it comes to the comics, those two issues are just like a basketball, just bouncing from side to side, right? So
Yep.
right now we bouncing up here on this side. And I'm like, yo, okay, it's like 50-50 or 51-49, like you were saying. The 49, they say they know the stories, they say they know the writers, they say they know the books, they say they know the pictures, they say they know the comics. But yet all their reviews are so, like, I'm talking about punching in the ribs and all, they just gut shot and everything. And it's got me wondering, like, but even the people in the movie and the director saying this is what it's supposed to be. Foggy said that everything from here on out is gonna tie in. The shows and the movies, they're gonna tie in. So what's the use of going back to the comic book if he telling you this is what tie in, if he telling you this is what tie in. This is where it's at. So why add the comic to it if that's not, he pulling pieces and making sure shit look like it need to look, but he ain't he ain't You know what I'm saying? It'd be different if he said, if he stood on that stage at one of them Comic Cons, OG, and people in my chat, in the chat, in our chat, and he said, I'm gonna make sure that everything is directly coming out these comic books. I'm gonna make sure that I talk to these writers and these peoples and this and that and this and that. I'm gonna make sure. And then he did what he did. Now, okay, now we really got something to fuss about. Now he said he was gonna do. I'm like, oh, for real? Because I'm still learning. Then I'm like, oh, for real? So he lied. Oh, for real? Oh, for real? You know what I'm saying? So, but me being a rookie and an aficionado will tell me, OG, y'all, you just don't know nothing. You just need to go read. You just need to shut up and read. You know how they like tell you, you just need to shut up and read. You don't know nothing. You can't stand with our group.
Yeah,
Man,
that's not a cool fan or a cool person
that's how
involved in the
they'll do you.
hobby.
That's how
That's
they'll
not a
do you.
cool collector. Like that's someone that you want to stay away from. Like first I want to say something real cool. What Power said, what you pinned right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I've always felt was lame. That if something's hella popular and you tell someone that you don't like it or you're not into it, oh man, you're just hating, man. You're a hater. You know what I mean? No, I just not into that. I don't care. I'm not hating on it. Like, but exactly that. If you don't like what's popular, or if you say speak out nowadays, oh, I don't like that comedian, that singer, that rapper. Oh man, you're hating, man. You're a hater,
You're a hater, man.
man. Like, that's totally 100% right there, man. But as far as that people like that, bro, it'd be like say you had never read Marvel comics, okay? And say me and you went to see Civil War, and after the movie you said, man, I really like that it's like that in the comics. I'm not one of those people like, man, well, why don't you read them, man? I would tell you, I'm the guy that would tell you, did you really like that? And you're like, yeah, I would tell you, well, the books are a little different, and I would tell you straight out, because they don't own certain characters, so the story's kind of different, but it's based off this book. Like, if you liked it that much, man, hey, you should read this. And then that's the extent of it, man. Like, I don't got to get all up on you about it. Like, oh man, you read a book then. Like, like take classes on being polite then, jackass. You know what I mean? Like
Hey,
people that are like that, bro, that say they're fans and they act like that, man. Like, look, I know like a pretty good amount of stuff in comics. You know what I mean? Because I grew up like that. I grew up on cartoons, anime, comics, manga. Like, I grew up on it, and I don't think I'm an expert. I like, because I can always learn something new. I have not read every single comic that's ever been printed, and you got people that act like they have, man. And and it's like, damn, like, hey, well, good for you, like, oh, you don't know about the Spectre? Oh man, well, he's like, okay, well, good for you, guy. Like, I'm surprised you haven't read, him, and I'm surprised you haven't read, Moon Knight or whatever. And it's like, maybe I haven't, like, kick back. But they want to act like they're fans like that act like they're a historian, bro. Nah, man, like, it's not cool, bro. Like, because it will turn away. They'll turn away the casual fan or the newcomer, because a newcomer is gonna have that impression, like, dang, like, that's what comic book fans are like, dang, like, all the stuff I've seen is real, like, they're, well, like, and that's not the case, man. Like real comic book fans don't like comic book fans like that.
yeah.
That's my opinion. Um,
I
like,
it, it- I want to throw this in. You know what I'm saying, on something that hurt, that something that bugged me personally. A couple months, a month, probably around the maybe the first, second, third, probably around the first, second or third episode of She-Hulk, and uh, a public figure that I follow, you know what I'm saying, made a certain type of little posty commenty, and what that figure said really bothered me, because I felt like that figure was for somebody for a figure to say if you enjoy this, you must be using the weaker side of your brain. That
bro.
really, 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 really hit me in the spot that just made me say, golly, it ain't that bad. It ain't that daggum bad. In
Hey
my
man,
country boy voice, it ain't that dadgum bad.
bro, that a while back, someone that I followed that I thought was cool, right? And I never said this. I never told anybody this because I just like brushed it off. Like, well, that's your opinion, weirdo. Um, when Space Jam 2 came out, okay, come on, man, be honest. That was no Space Jam.
That
Come on,
wasn't straight.
I don't
That was
I don't hate LeBron James. I'm not one of those people, like I give him his props and all this stuff. He's LeBron James, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
Space Jam 2 to me, it sucked. Like I don't know any person that liked it, on a personal level that liked it, bro. Well, this
Mm-mm.
person I follow had did a story and they made a post. Just watch Space Jam 2. If you don't like Space Jam 2, something is seriously wrong with you and you have bad taste or poor taste, something like that. And I was like, well, if you like Space Jam 2, you're an idiot. You know what I mean? I didn't say that. That's how I felt. Like, I'm like, well, I didn't like it. So I have poor taste. I'm an idiot. Like, wow, dude, like that's a bold statement. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and stuff like that, bro. Like, and I totally feel you on that, man. That's why, I gotta just keep saying, to people that tune in, man. Like, we're all entitled to our opinions, man. Like, and I mean, you don't gotta respect a person's opinion on something, but you
Mhm.
do gotta respect that person's right to have the opinion, and you gotta
Yeah.
respect them expressing their opinion. Like, I mean, that's just, that's just how I feel, man. Like, there's like
You know.
there's stuff I like, bro, that I know isn't popular. There's stuff I don't like, and I'm on a one man island with that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
wear it though. I like I don't like you know stomp around like, well, I hate Power Rangers. Power Rangers dumb. If anyone likes Power Rangers, they're using the weak side. That's lame, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Like I don't like.
just.
Hey, check this out. I don't watch Star Wars. I don't watch the Dragon Show. I didn't watch the
Oh,
Viking Show. But but I ain't finna sit up here and dog your show that you like because I don't like it. Everybody didn't like other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like a lot of people don't like comedies that I like. A lot of people don't like some of the superhero show. Like I like some of the CW stuff. But then once the seasons got into 4 and 5, then I was like, this ain't like how it started. You know, everybody album ain't like their first album. You know what I mean? So I kind of,
exactly.
you know what I mean? So I kind of put it in that perspective. You know what I'm saying? 93, 96 Jordan ain't like 93 Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Both of them still balling. It's just one do something better than the other one do. You know what I mean? Then 2000 Jordan is like, dang. But that's Jordan though. I gotta watch it till he go. You know what I mean? Like it's just everybody like it's different. Everybody gonna like the same. Just like earlier, me, you said what you didn't like about it. And I'm like, I didn't come back with a, oh, why, OG, why? No, no. I'm just like, well, dang, I didn't know. So let's go on that. I get to something else. Agree, disagree, and leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more stuff that we talk, discuss, debate,
hey,
break down.
but this is one thing, bro. Like the the reason why you like that, bro, I completely respect and I understand.
Yeah,
You're getting someone's telling you something about something, a character or a book or whatever that you might not know about or whatever. And I completely get it, bro. And I understand that. I do. Like I said, my reasons were my opinion, what that I gave, but I understand why you do. And I
yeah,
completely respect that, bro. Like I'm sure if that person said something that I didn't know, I would my takeaway would be like, huh, I learned something new. You know what I mean, bro? And I get that. I totally get that, bro. Like,
yeah.
and you know, because
And
we're
I was looking at it I was looking at it in like podcast to host. type of sense. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, and
And
that's why my comments about the fastness. That's why I said that, bro, because it felt unwelcome. Like
oh, okay,
how I always say with you guys, like when even when I'm in the chats and stuff, it feels like we're a studio audience and we're part of it, bro. Like it's comfortable and welcoming, man. Like you and Spade just got that. You know what I'm saying, bro? But to do it like that, and I understand it's a review. I totally get it. I totally get it.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. Because with
but
him, with that person being by itself, and with
it's
him doing all the editing, you know what I'm saying. I understand why he done that. Plus, I know with the
yeah,
editing, he probably turned his speed on his voice up. He probably turned it up a couple notches because he don't want to do like how we do. He
yeah.
want to go ahead and get it to you and then be on out of there. So I see where the now when you say the unwelcome part, it's like you just want to hurry up and tell me something and then get out of here. So I
Yeah,
understand that.
and I'm not saying he's rude or you know what I mean. I don't want anyone to think I'm saying that someone's rude or nothing because they're not.
Yeah,
But just he doesn't have the quality that you guys have as far as the welcoming, the you know what I mean, bro. But for
yeah.
what it is, I totally get it and I understand that. You know what I mean, bro? That's what they do for that aspect.
Okay, got you. Oh, and to
Now,
segue into the second
X
part of the question, um, Foggy is looking for which X-Men model to follow for screen presentation. And for
X
y'all
Men
to
Gold,
understand what I mean, which series of X-Men do he need to go get and put for us to watch?
X Men Gold, hands down.
X-Men Go? You say X-Men Go? Chat,
I'm
what
just
y'all
kidding,
think,
man.
chat room?
No, I'm just kidding about X Men Gold because that's like newer. You know what, man? Honestly, bro. Okay, how do people feel about this? Would you guys rather they? I mean, and don't start completely at the beginning and you know and all that. But would you guys rather when they enter the MCU that they already be established, or would you guys like to see like certain members come and then build into the X? You feel me? Like, because they could come from another universe and already be established, bro. Like,
Hmm.
or would you like just to see a couple and then them meeting different X Men and then you know being a group?
Man,
Like, and I don't mean origin. Like the mansion would already exist. They would already have the schooling. You know what I'm saying? And like the certain members we would get like meet at first. Like I would like to see me personally, bro, because I'm a fan of Beast and I really loved Nightcrawler when I was a kid. Like I would like to see like a faction of X Men that at least includes those two. You know,
hmm.
and there's not really a faction of X, and I'm not talking about Ultimate X like other universe stuff. I'm just talking about main continuity 616. Like, I just want to like see a cool faction of X Men, man. Like, and I want to see the suits, man. I want to see the
Yes.
suits this time. Like,
OG, hold it right there. Everybody, please give ASAP Imagination a happy birthday. Give him a
yes,
finger, a fist, a 100 or something. Shout out to ASAP Imagination over there in Ireland, over there on the other side of the world right now, tuning in. He could be doing something else, but he tuned in to the full blast. You know what I'm saying? To the Spade Anonymous and the OG and the Kush 24. He tuned in. So happy birthday, ASAP Imaginations. Also, ASAP Imaginations. Y'all check that out on Instagram. Hey, ASAP, please put in the chat where people can find your pages, man. You know what I'm saying? So I can put it up here. Y'all check out ASAP and check out all the wonderful authors and creators and from all over the world. Check them out. You know what I'm saying? Plus, they just had a con too. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to get you on the show, man, and talk with you as well. You know what I mean? So happy birthday, ASAP Imagination. My
absolutely,
partner, Mr. Paul. You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
sir.
Much love to you always. For real, for real. Got to throw a shout out. Oh, and as far as the X-Men go,
Like,
um,
would you rather see like a classic take on X Men, bro, or would you rather like a newer story of them. You know what I mean? Like, and when
Uh
I say the old suits, I don't mean when they wore like the tight little hoodie. You know, I just
like I would love for him to, in a perfect world, like Chef, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna shed some light on what he said. If they build into it, it would be
uh,
dope first, and then tell the story of how they all met. Now that's great coming from Chef because Chef said he don't know really too much about the books, so
right.
or had a chance to read much of the books. So coming from somebody like him, from me, like I feel like I'm in the same boat because to be for real, like a truth about me, I always chase my favorite characters. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So like, see what I'm saying? So like, I was bad about chasing my favorite characters. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? Like when it comes to Method Man, like he's one of my favorite rappers all time. Like just because of the style, the persona, how he can take over a crowd, MC. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I was younger than mine, so I'm thinking anybody that's affiliated with him, he featuring on their CD. He is on their tape. Let me go buy this tape just because
right.
he featuring on there. You know what I'm saying? I know this. Oh, Wu Tang. Oh, this is a Wu Tang artist. Method Man got to be on there. He got to be on this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, I was bad about that. You know what I'm saying? But where was I going with it? Dang, I kind of lost my point. I fell into kid mode and lost my point. OG. Oh yeah, back to like he was saying, show an original story of how they met. You know what I mean? Like some type of, like if we jump right into them at war, then it's gonna feel a little rushed. You know what I'm saying? But like if we get a start and then y'all take us gradually there, like take us, because I don't think they did that with the original cartoon, right? We kind of started in the
No, it
mix.
was, yeah, because it focused more on like Logan getting there, him and Jubilee. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like they were already established. Gene Scott and everybody was already.
you know what I mean. So like so coming from somebody who's not an aficionado, coming from somebody who hasn't read all the books but is very familiar with a lot of the stories because of my aficionado partners putting me on game. I'm like, yo, I would love to see a story close as y'all can get it to them meeting some origins of the important characters that y'all want us to keep an eye on, or that's going to make it to the end of wherever y'all taking us to. So if somebody gonna be there from start to beginning, I want to see their origin. If somebody gonna be there from start to the middle, I ain't gotta see their origin. Just get me good enough where I can, get us good enough to where we can understand what their purpose is, why they started, why they here, why they turned dirty on episode 4, or whatever. Why they, why they planted the microchip and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, get us ready for it. Don't rush us. Don't push us. Cause I guarantee OG, Lee, Green Lantern. I guarantee OG Green Lantern that they gonna review the hell out of these X-Men stuff. Somebody gonna say he made a bad decision. He picked the wrong series, picked the wrong
Hey,
actor. Go ahead.
that's like how me and you talked about the other day. Like, no matter, look, you got fans that go see stuff because they love it. Okay, like, and even though it's bad or it might seem silly or whatever, they stick with it because it's something they love regardless. And they have that little glimmer of hope. Maybe this episode, maybe this issue. They're hoping, they're hoping, they're hoping. And if it never comes through, they're bummed out. But you know what? They stuck it out.
Right.
Okay. Then you got this other type of fans that I really despise, man. And you got the fan that is the quote unquote I know everything. I'm a living encyclopedia about this, and they purposely watch a movie or a show to pick it apart. That's
Mm-hmm.
not cool. Like, it's not. Why
No.
if that's your intention, don't see the movie, man. And
Mm-mm.
if you do and you pick it apart, hey, keep that nonsense to yourself, man. Because
I mean, might
that's
as
just
well.
sour, man. Like, it's like them. Okay, there's a new Halloween movie coming out in October, right?
Yeah,
Halloween.
it's coming.
I'm excited about it because I just like the Halloween franchise. All right, since the first Halloween movie ever since I was a kid, right? And I'm gonna watch it. Did I like the one that came out previously? I did. I liked it. A lot of my friends didn't. They said it was cheesy, blah blah blah. These other things. I didn't care, man. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I just love everything about Halloween, the holiday period, right?
Yeah.
This movie, like, and I know there's people that remember that pile of garbage they gave us last time. Well, let's watch this one so we can see how many times they messed this up. Why? You know what I mean, bro? Are you that lonely? Are you that sour? You purposely want to watch something to see how bad they mess it up.
Not bad.
You know what I mean, bro? Like I didn't know it was your story. I didn't know you invented Michael Myers. You know what I mean? Like,
Now, I'll be honest, it's certain movies that it's certain movies that you can see that it's certain movies that you can see that you only have to waste time on. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause
Thor: Love
when I
and
see a
Thunder.
remake, you know, now when I see a remake, I'm like, man, it ain't gonna be like with certain movies. Total Recall is one of them. RoboCop is another one. How High is the third one. When
Absolutely.
I seen, I ain't hating on the actors, but that number two is not gonna cult classic like number one.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
With
I feel
same
you.
with the RoboCop, same with the Total Recall. They are not gonna cult classic like those, because those just gave you that first look at this, like this. Okay, now the next one giving you a more futuristic. Oh, okay, now this is how I would have went if it happened in 2000 so and so. Nah, I don't like that because I'm old enough now. I don't. No, you know what I mean. So but hey, that's my opinion, though, man. It's all for me, by me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So anyway, uh, let's jump into this last one, OG. Uh, I find this one right here, and we ain't got to hold this one long, you know what I'm saying? Because we almost at our time mark. But because me and you have talked about this one together with other folks, and when it comes to the Little Mermaid and all that, it's just such a, it's so crazy that y'all fussing about cartoons. I'm talking about. I done heard people talking about where the original made from and all this, and this can't be like that. One dude said that a mermaid actually is supposed to be scaly and you're supposed to be able to see through it and all this. And I'm like, yo. So then my friend, my homegirl, that I work with at my job, what I'm saying, white lady, and she got two biracial kids, you know what I'm saying, two daughters. And she came up to me, she was smiling. She was like, Cookie, guess what? I'm like, what, girl? She said, they be making Beauty and the Beast, and guess who's gonna play the girl? I said, who? She said the R&B artist named Her. I said, oh really? So then I went and looked it up, and I'm like, oh okay. So you know what I mean. So now now I'm like, I don't have a problem with none of this. I mean, like, I don't even, but I know that it's coming.
Hey, I'm not sure if I'm right on this or not, but didn't Brandy play Cinderella?
Exactamundo, and I didn't
Hey,
hear nothing. Either I was too
hey,
young to hear it.
and check this out, okay? If you're old, you'll know what I'm talking about. Did and if I want to say it was Keisha Knight Pullman, Rudy from Cosby, right? Didn't she play Pollyanna? I don't know if people remember Pollyanna. It's a classic Disney movie. Little white girl with the little hula hoop thing, in the beginning. Like, hey, nobody complained about that because everybody
Man,
loved it. And same thing, bro. When Brandy was Cinderella, no one complained about it
nobody
that I remember.
complained. I don't remember.
And I mean, hey, they want someone that can play someone different to play Belle and Beauty and the Beast. To me, the only thing I'm like, is because they just did it. They just did the live action. You know what I mean, bro? Like, if they hadn't done it yet, okay, cool. But like, at least let it rest a little bit, or you know what I mean? Like, but I get it because it's such a musical. It's such a musical, and to have someone that can sing like that too, like that's dope to me. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
like I
I'm
don't.
like, I don't, it's like OG. I'm gonna be honest with you, OG. I went and looked at the clip. I'm like, first thing caught my attention was the movie don't come out to the middle of the next daggum year. So I'm like, oh,
Yep.
okay. So y'all trying to get this, y'all trying to start early with this one. So then the
Yep.
second thing I
Exactly.
noticed was the graphics. If I remember correctly, the Little Mermaid movie was the animation, the little, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, the little cloudy animation, you know what I'm saying, but it was still great for the children. Great code word, not word, children. It was great for the children, not the teenagers, the children. Now we got a man, when I seen them turtles flying through that water like that, and I thought I saw Finding Nemo, and then I seen her come through there, and it's just as clear, 4H, futuristic. I'm like, shit, this is gonna be jumping right here. What y'all fussing about? Then she come from under and she singing, and I'm like, yo, like I'm looking, I'm looking in the sun like she looking. You know what I'm saying? She was singing that song, and I'm like, yo, like why y'all tripping, man? You know what I mean? Like y'all gonna don't. I mean, OG, they didn't even went to the point of black girl having the red hair. Come on now, y'all got to do better than that. You got to come better than that. Come
Look,
on
man. To
now,
me, I
petty,
the, like I looked at the full cast of Little Mermaid, right?
right?
And the one thing I think is cool because I love Melissa McCarthy. Okay,
Yeah,
she's awesome to me, and she's gonna play Ursula. So you know what I mean? Like I want to see that, man, because I like her that
yeah.
much.
You know,
And if the rest of the movie sucks, then it sucks. You know what I mean, bro? But
you
what
know
if
what I'm
it does?
saying. And don't
What if it's
attack the
Ursula
girl.
good?
Like, don't attack the girl. Also, I've heard that the girl that's playing her has to get advice from other actors within the cast to handle the hate mail and the hateful comments and all on her Twitter and all in her voicemail and all in her shit. You know what I'm saying? And that girl probably ain't no older than 20. I say she can't be over 20, 21, 19, 18. So why go at her? You know what I'm saying?
That that's just
She's
like you know what, man? That's just like how our brother, how Sixth Element had brought up about the Rings of Power. How people are criticizing that people of color are playing hobbits and elves. Get
mm-hmm.
over like
Yeah,
then don't watch it. Don't watch it. Like
yeah,
if it bothers you that much that a fictional character is of a different color, oh my god, man!
yeah. Now,
Like
hey,
get
OG,
don't watch it. Don't
let,
like man. If a
let me
movie
ask you.
comes on, bro, that doesn't appeal to me or I think it looks silly, bro, you know what I'm not gonna do? Watch it. Why am I gonna watch it? And go, oh, hey, Cooks, man, I saw that movie. Hey, it was lame. I watched it, on purpose. Like that's if I didn't like it, I shouldn't have watched it, bro. That's it. That's my opinion, man. If
Mhm.
something bothers you that much, don't trip on it. Like
Right, and
I
you
don't
know
listen
what?
to mumble rap. You know what I mean? And I don't listen to mumble rap for a reason. Like
Yeah.
it's
Now,
not for me. Like
now let me ask you this,
mhm.
and chat room as well. Power 600, good point too. Um, great point, Power. Um, when it comes to some say race swapping, I'm gonna say color changing. You know what I'm saying? They change the color of the character. You know what I'm saying? So, in a simple country boy kind of way, which is me, you know what I'm saying? Certain movies, like when you look at the Cinderella and the Mermaid and certain movies, you can do that. And certain movies or whatever, you don't, you just leave them alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? And I notice how some mistakes have been made history wise that I found out because stuff that I didn't watch when I was little, like the movie about God and all that. What's that movie called? When they put him up, Mel Gibson did it too. You know the movie I'm
Oh,
talking about, Passion, the Passion,
that's
and all
the
that.
Passion of Christ.
And then I'm, you know what I'm saying, all that the one before that, you know what I'm saying, that my grandma was crazy about, you know what I'm saying, because of how they was taught, you know what I'm saying. And it's like certain movies, you know what I'm saying, like you just don't, you just don't mess with them. You just leave them alone. That the ones that's right, like you just, the story of Elvis, like whatever the story is, like just leave it over there. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm X, Martin Luther, like
Okay,
stories
hey, bro.
like, you know what I mean?
Look, this is a thing too. How people say, oh, what's wrong with gender swapping or race swapping? You know what I mean? Color changing, right? Okay, it doesn't bother me, bro, if it's inconsequential to the story. You know what I mean? But my thing is this: say they remade the movie Godfather, and say Don Corleone was Denzel Washington. That would make zero sense, bro, because he's a Sicilian or an Italian, right? Like that would make zero sense, bro. Zero sense to me. And I love Denzel Washington. You know what I mean? That would just make no sense to me.
Hmm.
Like it would be weird. I'd be like, wait a minute, he's Don Corleone. Like, okay, then and they get someone like another young, like if they just made that whole the Corleone family like a black family, but they didn't change their background or their name, it'd be like that's
Yeah,
kind
you
of
know what I'm
weird.
saying?
Like
That's
it
the
would be
point.
weird, bro. Like
And that's the point, like that I was trying to get to. Like certain stuff, like you saying right now, like the Sopranos and stuff like that, like stuff that was born for that and created from that. Don't wait 30 or 40 years later to try to put another there. You see what I'm saying? Like that.
yeah,
Like he goes something simple and basic. Lethal Weapon. Everybody know Murtaugh Black and Reeves White. All
yeah,
right. Don't wait 50 years to switch the roles up. You know what I'm
no,
saying? Like don't do. You know what I'm saying? Because then we'll be one. Because people like me, if the higher power keep me here, I'm gonna be like, why they change? Why they change Reeves and Murtaugh like that? You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? You know what I'm saying? So but at the same time, I'm gonna still try to watch it and see. I'm gonna still watch it and see what's gonna happen, what's gonna go down. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just certain stuff you don't mess with. I say that to say there's certain stuff you don't mess with. Like with the Tropic Thunder stuff. It never did hit me what was going on in that. You know what I'm saying?
As far as
You
Robert
know,
Downey Jr.'s character,
yeah, it never. I never. It just didn't hit me. It just didn't indent in my head until boom. And then I was like, God dog it right under the nose. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you are trained to see it. So at that point in time I wasn't trained to understand, what I mean, those parts of comedy and stuff like that when it come into this world, pop culture world, you know what I'm saying? But now, what I mean, I understand and know now, and as soon as I see it, I'm already on it. Like, I see that, I see that, I see that, I see that. You ain't fooling me. I see that. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, man, if there's gonna be a color change, just make sure it makes sense. Don't leave everybody in the dark. You know what I mean? Don't do it just to start a ruffle within a crowd. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? We all know any promotion is good promotion, but still, don't do it just to ruffle the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Because while we all fussing, reviewing, and talking about it, they somewhere sitting getting paid, watching from a big screen the size of a wall. You know what I mean? But who
facts.
knows? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, um, but yeah, man. So what are you got any last words you want to lay down? Any last things you would like to say? Any last shout outs? Anything?
Just you know, well, first of all, like thank you to Full Blast for this platform. Straight out, man. Straight out, dude. Like, and as always, I always thank you for having me on, man. I thank everybody that tuned in. And I will always say this, man. Hey, your opinion's your opinion, guys. Like,
Yeah.
who cares if it's unpopular, man?
Well,
If it's your opinion, it's your opinion. You're entitled to it, man. Like, don't 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 let someone change your opinion because of how they feel.
yeah,
Don't ever let someone downplay or down talk your opinion. You know.
yeah. And don't Don't dog though, because you know every react there's an action for every reaction. So don't dog and think that you can just walk around and type or get behind here and just keep on, because they can folks can virtually attack you now. So like we the scenes, hey, this year right here has been a brutal, as far as typing on that keyboard. This been a brutal one. This year's been brutal. You know what I'm saying? It's been a brutal one. I've seen some people under attack and they still dodging. But anyway, though, man, we definitely try to touch on topics, try to understand some stuff that don't get talked about all the time. Shout out to OG Lee, man. Thank you for being able to come through today. You know what I'm saying? And drop the gems, the knowledge, you know what I mean? The stuff that you know, share your
Thank
opinions and factuals as well. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that popped in today that was able to come to the chat and talk and opinionate and join with us. We always like for y'all to talk with us. We always like to hear y'all opinions and y'all rumors and what y'all hear. We always like to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Spade Anonymous Comments, who wasn't able to be here today. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we had some personal business he had to handle. Plus, he got the wrestling match tomorrow with New South Wrestling. So
you. Yeah.
hopefully, he'll have some video footage for us to see. And you know, he's going to have some stories for us to tell us backstage. So y'all be ready for that.
Yeah.
And shout out and one love, one respect, salute to the platform, Full Blast Radio on all medias. Please subscribe. He's on every day. If it ain't Twitch, if it ain't Instagram, if it ain't YouTube, it's always hip hop related. The hip hop that we like too, the hip hop that we love. You know what I'm saying? And other than that, man, you know what I mean? OG, man, I want to say one love, one respect to you, man. Thank you so much for your help. You know what I mean? You
I
definitely
love
gonna
you.
come back. You know what I mean? And other than that, man, you know, I'm gonna hit them with the you know how we do. Another one.
Damn.
Know what I'm saying? Damn, you know what I'm saying? Another one in the books, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was Spade when they would be here. You know what I'm saying? I had to put the dam up there, you know what I mean? Let y'all know. So, I'm gonna hit them with the commercial and then we're gonna be out. So OG, man, I wanna tell you one love once again, man.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna go ahead and roll out. And I hit you up on the IG.
All right.
All right. One love, everybody. Peace. FCW signing out.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to the Hip Hop Alliance. Hip Hop's first official union. We fighting for rights. Workers' rights, labor rights. Y'all know what it is. Fair wages. Let's hit 'em. Who's really speaking for the artist? Everybody knows the music industry is heartless. Knowledge reigns supreme, not what an artist on a chart is. It's about fair wages and royalties. Let me start this, spark this. It's about cultural self-reliance, corporate defiance. We got this down to a science. It's called the Hip Hop Alliance. We take it back to stop the violence. For 30 years, I've been the culture's guidance. You can't deny this. I clean pupils when they open their eyelids. In a blink, I teach kids to think. That's what I did and do. Reaching and pulling out the culture inside of you with the truth inside of you. No one can lie to you. It's time to unify him, her, you, and I. Do your part to save the art. Don't be a stupid guy. Front, you can try, but it's your time you waste. And we're starting an alliance against corporate exploitation.
Oh yeah, and by the way, don't forget to check out Samsung and DJ Tiger on all media platforms as well. The new music that came out at least I believe 2 weeks ago. Y'all please tune into that. Check that out. Excellent, great music on there. And I'm pretty sure that Samsung will appear on the DJ Tiger show coming soon. I love y'all. Peace. Hey, can't wait till next week, bro.